People have changed, and not for the better. And it's absolutely terrifying. And this is not just people in our personal lives or even professional. This is a global humankind problem. And it's getting worse. I was inspired to create this video after experiencing something very untowards the last couple of days, and also something that's happened in the public eye and gone very viral. But also, if you're struggling with your mental health, struggling dealing with people, making sense of it all, then let me help you in a direct, no bullshit, practical manner. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description and in the pinned comment down below. So, recently, there was a viral video going around of this astronomer CEO, a company called Astronomer, caught on a kiss cam having an affair with a colleague. Chris Martin, the lead singer of Coldplay, spoke about it when the kiss cam was going on at the concert, because they ducked down the minute they were on that camera. And he said, either they're very shy or they're having an affair. And since then, the world has made so many memes and shared it, and I think the guy's resigned or been fired since, and rightly so. But no one's talking about what I'm about to mention. And this is the problem, and this is why it's terrifying. If you were stupid enough to have an affair, and I'm so dead against cheating of any kind because I've been cheated on, unless you have been cheated on, you don't get it. And loyalty's dead nowadays. But here's the thing. How arrogant, deluded, and narcissistic, not just him, but her as well, must you be to attend a concert with thousands of people whilst being a married person with kids? Think about that for a second. No longer sneaking around, no longer going to a hotel or anything like that. No. I'm enjoying my affair. Let's go to a Coldplay concert and hold each other and sway to some romantic songs. Are you effing kidding me? Are you for real? How terrifying is that? And we're not talking about a nobody. We're talking about a CEO and his colleague publicly displaying their affair. But here's the even more terrifying thing. The moment the spotlight was on them and the moment they were exposed, and rightly so, what did they do? They ducked down like cowards for the world now to expose them and ridicule them. And as a result, a wife and children have had their world crashing down. I don't really give a shit about if the woman's got a partner or whatever, but he's lost his job. Share prices are down. Imagine investing and being behind the CEO in this company, being that wife, those kids, only for this moron to go to a concert and publicly express his disloyalty. Why is no one talking about it like that? Because that's what I do on this channel. I say it as it is. I'll give you another example. This is a personal one, and this happened just a few days ago. It was a Sunday in the afternoon, and I went up to the local high street to go get some sponges, some more cleaning products, because we ran out in my house. I reversed into a space, and I've got a camera and reverse cameras on my car as well. And behind me was an arrogant, rude, very punchable faced woman in her black Porsche, thinking that she was God's gift. And she accused me of hitting her car. As God is my witness, and may God strike me down, I did not hit her car. I've got a camera, I've got sensors, never happened. So she storms out, shouts at me, screams at me, "You've hit my car." My whole car shook. I said, "I haven't, I've got cameras, and please calm down and don't speak to me like that." Then she tells me, "You can't park here. You can never park here." Well, I've been driving to this specific road for 20 years. And it's a Sunday, and who are you to tell me where to park? I completely ignore her, and I go into the supermarket and come out 10 minutes later. To which her son then comes out and says to me, "Please, brother, please speak to my mother. She's very upset, very distraught." I said, "Okay." So I go in and I said, "What's the problem, my dear?" Very calm, very measured. "Well, there's no damage, but you definitely hit my car." "I didn't hit your car." "No, you did," she insists. And she goes, but all you got to do is just apologize. I said, I will never apologize for something I didn't do. And I said, if I was really guilty and I did hit your car, I would have driven off. I mean, if I was a real arsehole and a horrible person. And then she goes, you're admitting that, so you're a liar, you're this. And in front of all these people now, in this cafe, on a Sunday, on a summer's day, she's shouting, making a fool of herself. And then I look over at her son, who's trying to calm her down, insisting that, why is she doing this? You're a liar. You don't tell me what to do. You don't do this. And I said, what's your problem? Why are you so angry? Because you need to apologize. I said, I will never, ever apologize to somebody like you and for something I never did. And I looked at the son and I saw the pain in his eyes and I said, I feel so sorry for you. And I told them both, it's a Sunday. Where's this venom and anger? And I left. And I thought to myself, you can't even go up the street to a supermarket and buy a sponge, some soap, some tissues without interacting with the narcissism, delusion, and toxicity of humankind. How terrifying is that? On a global scale, people are cheating and publicizing it at concerts. On my scale and your scale, the human normal scale, you're met with this venom and anger still. How scary is that? People are addicted to outrage. They don't think, they react. And it's not about truth. It's about who yells first and who yells the loudest. This woman was looking for a problem. And she obviously wasn't short of a few bob. She had a Porsche. But is it a Porsche she can afford? She looked like a divorcee. And she was just full of rage. My biggest mistake is I engaged. I tried to explain, she didn't listen. Silence and walking away is the best power you can do. The longer I looked at her, the longer she was engaging and humiliating me, I took a step back, saw the narcissistic abuse and the disrespect, saw the sun quivering, and I said, I need to walk away. It's a Sunday, relax, it's a Sunday. And I also said, I will never apologize, and neither should you ever apologize for something you didn't do, irrespective of if she was trying to do insurance fraud, whatever. Another problem here, and why it's so terrifying, is authenticity is somewhat treated like a threat. So, what's my style here? Well, I'm Coach SCG. I am blunt. I'm direct. I'm honest. I'm no bullshit. And even in my personal life, I'm the same. But what labels do I get for this? Well, I get labeled disrespectful. I get labeled toxic and insensitive. And people want soft lies, not the hard, cold truth. This woman just wanted me to say sorry to her for something I didn't do. This woman just wanted me to bow to her arrogance and delusion. She even wanted me to move my car in a space where I could legally park and have done for many years. But that's the thing. If you're rooted in truth, irrespective of political opinions and stuff like that, you're a threat. I even see this with people who work with me. People will pay and work with me, and I tell them the truth that they want to hear, and they can't handle it. They say, oh, actually, could you just tell me what I want to hear? No, that's not how I roll. Well, actually, can you just make me feel better about my situation? No, you've been cheated on. You're lazy. You're procrastinating. You're making excuses. You're gaslighting yourself. Why would I want to lead you down a path as a coach to more delusion? And the key lesson here is never apologize for being real. If it confuses them being real, if your truth dumbfounds them, if your truth just throws them off center, that's their problem. As I walked away very upset and angry from that idiot on Sunday, I thought to myself, that poor son, because how on earth can he get through to someone like that? And in a way, that poor woman, for wanting to think I would hit her car, which is a Porsche, cause damage, and ruin her day. When ironically, she's ruined mine. Now, God knows what she's been through in her life. God knows what it is, but, that's the other thing. She wants to be a victim. She wants to create drama. She's happy to cause a public scene and humiliate herself in front of her son. And the son apologized to me and he said, I'm sorry, he's trying to reason with you, but there's no reasoning an idiot. And that's the thing. This victimhood now has become a personality type. People no longer grow through pain. People no longer try to come out better. They milk it for attention. Suffering is no longer something to overcome. It's now a brand and it's monetized. We're talking about Sunday afternoon. She's come out for a coffee. She accused me of the car shaking. She's accused me of parking in a place that I can't park. Woe is me, I'm a woman, I've got it really hard and everything like that. And I never was aggressive, never swore. I kept my tone calm. And I was like, what's the problem? But that's the thing. It's a brand to be a victim. How many videos do you see nowadays of people, men and women, filming themselves crying? Filming themselves, I can't take it anymore, or whatever like that. Over like minuscule stuff, like their football team has lost. Or, they didn't like a film. Pathetic. Don't bond over wounds. Bond over what you've built from them. Okay? Do not make victimhood your personality. I see this with clients all the time. I said, you've been rooted in this misery for so long. I've seen clients also say to me, well, I can't get over the rumination. And they're ignoring the fact that they've got so much good in their life. And they're ruminating over nonsense, which makes me believe that they've not been through that much hardship. And they've got the time and energy to ruminate over nonsense. It's pathetic. And lastly, everyone wants to be seen. No one wants to see you. This is the spotlight war. Everyone's screaming, look at me, look at me, look at me. And no one's asking how you are. And how terrifying is that? As a man especially, we can go through our entire working life, our lives as partners and sons and brothers, whatever, and no one asks us how we are. I remember this happening to me for many years, or it felt like years. Nobody actually looked me into my eyes, into my soul, and asked me, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? What have you been going through recently? Men will break down into tears for feeling acknowledged and understood. And I'm sure women go through the same. But this spotlight war, this attention seeking, this look at me, it's not my bag, man. It's not my style. I know I'm on YouTube. I know I'm here. But, I'm not an attention seeker. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to create content that is unique. There's no bullshit. Value quiet ones who listen more than you speak. Value those who ask. And if those who do not ask you that question, then you're around the wrong people. Instead, you're surrounding yourself with people who, like I said, look at me, and those who talk about themselves constantly, those who obsess about themselves, those who always steer the conversation and everything about them, the victimhood, personality type, etc., are usually, typically, the most depressed. And here's the scary part. If they're the most depressed, the most insecure, the most fragile, why are they the loudest and the most in control of today's society, today's governments, today's world, and communities? If you're done with the nonsense, if you want someone to say it as it is, if you want to do real deep work on yourself to figure out why you are this way, why you get so triggered, and how to be calmer and handle situations the way I did and see the truth through the bullshit, then let me help you with whatever you're going through. It doesn't have to be about people, it could be anything. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description down below. Remember, people are addicted to outrage. Outrage sells. Victimhood is a personality trait. And if you are authentic, it's a threat because they would rather live a life of lies and bullshit than 1 minute of the truth. Are you sick and tired of feeling stuck in life or being weighed down by endless struggles? Maybe you're exhausted from being walked all over, or tired of never having boundaries, or not saying no, walking away, or stuck in toxic cycles and situations. Well, imagine breaking free from all of that, feeling powerful and totally in control of your life. When you work with me, there's no BS, no fluff, just real, personal transformation.
I won't lie, his direct no BS approach made me feel uncomfortable at times, but was absolutely necessary to reveal my blind spots that were holding me back to become the best version of myself.
He told me things I didn't want to hear, but I needed to hear. And it's helped me find myself again and to move on from it all and to rebuild and to come out stronger.
Now, you've seen my journey on YouTube about the power of walking away from the wrong people, overcoming addiction, handling grief, empowering myself from being rock bottom. But this isn't about me. This is not my story. This is your story. Imagine having a life on your terms, having a healthier, better relationship, being able to overcome your struggles and actually be at peace and taste happiness, maybe for the first time ever in your life.
I was skeptical at first, as he's not the cheapest, but my concerns were immediately put to rest when he presented a step-by-step detailed breakdown of my new life plan for me to follow immediately after the call.
I had a session with SCG. I just think that it was very, very beneficial, and he helped me work through my structure and path moving forward.
Now, other coaches fail when it comes to getting real results because they offer you generic advice that is not catered to you. It's a one-size-fits-all program, and it's a load of BS.
After watching countless videos on YouTube regarding heartbreak, I noticed that they were all similar. Go to the gym, hang around with friends, find a hobby, and all that other BS basically. Yeah, that's great advice, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the advice that I needed. That's when I came across SCG's videos.
But I'm different. I listen to you. I take notes. I ask the deep questions and personalize and cater to your needs to take you from where you are now to where you truly want to be. And it's a lot easier and simpler than you think.
What I appreciate the most is how SCG tailored the session to my specific needs and goals. After questioning and analysing my unique background and story, I feel he over-delivered, proving his genuine passion for his clients.
I totally recommend, if you're reaching out, if you're looking into having somebody who can listen with understanding and help you kind of bring different perspectives to what you're dealing with.
So here's what I want you to do. If you are genuinely serious about change and personal transformation, book a free discovery call right now down below. And also check out the testimonials from real people and real success stories of men and even women who've turned their lives around thanks to me. There are only limited spots available, to take advantage of this now, and it's only for serious people who are serious about change. So let's not delay. Let's not keep you where you are now, stuck in the same cycles, the same routines for another year. Let's work together and break free together and live life finally on your terms.
Truly, thank you, SCG.
I really appreciate you, SCG.
If you're going through something similar, he could help you also.
If you're thinking of coaching with him, try it out for sure. Reach out.
If you're struggling too, especially with heartbreak, or just like I am, or anything else for that matter, then please reach out to SCG. Book your free consultation, and I can assure you, you won't regret it. You can't put a price on your health, especially your mental health.